Can y'all see me? It's not super bright out yet, obviously, but I am so excited to be back. I know it's not a Monday and it's a Tuesday, but it's still the top of the week and I am excited about our coffee date. So if you're ready, grab your coffee, get your word, and let's get it. Okay, so first things first. Thank you all so much for your grace on yesterday. I took a quick mental health break, family break, those things that I needed. I am being very intentional about honoring my capacity, checking my margins, holding true to my boundaries, all those things that I talked to you guys about a couple months ago. I'm still making sure that I'm following through with that. And I had such an amazing weekend celebrating Evie Girl's birthday. But there was a lot of emotional pull that I wasn't expecting. And just being super transparent, it has been one of the most amazing years of my life. Like truly amazing. Of completing our family, of being able to experience God's love in a very different way through the adoption of our daughter. But that also means that there are some traumas, there are some hurts that we have to address that come along with adoption. And celebrating her first year of life was also celebrating a year of loss for her first mama. And you know, a part of Evie's life that she doesn't have right now. We are very intentional about her family structure, about her crew. So it was beautiful, and it was really important to us to celebrate her how we did. We did a very intimate but very over the top thing for her, because I want her to look back on the pictures of her first birthday, one that match her brother's, but also that shows her that at no point were you not loved, were you not cherished, were you not an intentional part of our lives, no matter the loss, no matter the trauma that comes along with how you came. Because even though she is a gift, there had to be some tearing aways that happened, right? And she may not know that now, but as she evolves and she grows, those are things that my heart felt. So I had to honor that yesterday. So thank you all so much for the space to both celebrate and to recalibrate. So I'm super thankful about that. Now, time for some coffee, because I'm ready. I am back. My hair is big. My lips are right. I got on my comfortable shirt. We're going to get it. Okay, so today's coffee is the holiday blend from Joe's Coffee. It's a good blend. It does not taste like holiday to me. I was expecting like spice and all that stuff. It don't taste like that, but it is good. It's a good medium roast. It's good. I paired it with the Starbucks, white chocolate creamer, which is good. So if you've ever had the white chocolate mocha from Starbucks, it kind of tastes like that base. So it's a good mix. I'm gonna try the creamer with something else just to see, because again, I wanted it together because I was hoping for like a holiday feel, because y'all know Christmas is my favorite. And it doesn't necessarily give what it's supposed to give in terms of holiday feel. So I'm gonna try it with something else and we'll see how that goes. So that's the coffee for today. It is very good. Try it. But tell me how you play with it. Tell me how you doctor it up. So good stuff. All right, so today's scripture is from Psalms 126, and it's going to be 2 verses, verse 5 and 6. And I'm going to be reading the AMP version, which is amplified. Okay, so the amplified version, Psalms 126, verses 5 and 6. And it says, "They who sow in tears shall reap with joyful singing. And he who goes back and forth weeping, carrying his bag of seed for planting, will indeed come again with a shout of joy, bringing his sheaves with him." That's Psalms 126, verse 5 and 6. And my phone is really illuminating my face. Oh, y'all. That's the glory of God. So verse 5 and 6 again. They who sow in tears shall reap with joyful singing. He who goes back and forth weeping, carrying his bag of seed for planting, will indeed come again with a shout of joy, bringing his sheaves with him. Bringing his sheaves with him. I thought this was so good for today. One, because we've heard the scripture so many times of he who sows in tears is going to reap in joy. He who sows in tears is going to reap in joy. He's going to reap in joy. We've heard that 1,000 times, right? But I thought the accompanying scripture was so important because it says you can be going back and forth with your tears. But as long as you're still carrying that bag of seed and you still have the determination to plant, you will come again with joy because there will be harvest. Your tears are going to water the seed that you were determined not to let die, not to remain dormant. And that is so key because, again, we talk about all the time, he who sows in tears will reap with joy or with joyful singing. But there's more to it than that. It's not just that you're going to sow in tears. You have to have something to sow. You cannot get so focused on what your hurt is, what the trauma is, what your dismay or your despair, your disappointments are, or those things that are not going so well. You still have to stick to the plan, the directives of God. You still have to take the seed, the word that he has given to you, and you still have to do the work of planting it, of nurturing it, of coming back and forth even when you don't feel like it. This weekend, as I looked at the girl of my dreams, those of you that really have a relationship with me will tell you that if I ever had a girl, I described this child. And I realized that all the years of, God, I know that you're calling us to this, but I don't see how this is coming together. I feel like this chapter is closed, or this isn't working out, or this isn't happening. And really seeing that and going back and forth and saying, okay, I'm committed to this. I'm going to keep doing what you're telling me to do. I'm going to keep following through if that's what you want me to do. Sorry, I tried to see if it would make me right. Because it's obviously, we got school. It's early. And not seeing it come through, like, God, what's going on? But I kept hearing, keep doing what I told you to do. I told you that your family was going to have this. I placed this desire in your heart. Don't worry about that. Keep going. Even if you're hurting, even if you're disappointed, even if you're crying, keep planting. Keep doing the work of sowing. Keep giving. Keep building. Keep doing it even when you only have bubbles for bricks and it doesn't make sense and everything is falling apart. Keep building anyways. Keep using the seed that I have given you. Don't let it die out. Don't let it remain dormant. You have to do what I called you to do. And that's so important because, again, we get caught up in the first verse. He who sows in tears will reap with joyful singing. But there's more to it than that. You're not going to do a one-time planting. And just because you're going through something, God is going to honor that. He's going to honor the work. Faith without works is dead. He's going to honor the work. It doesn't matter how many times you have to go through the valley. It doesn't matter how many times the mountain seems completely unscalable. Remember, we talked about this before. God is going to level the mountains so you don't have to scale them. You're just going to walk right over. God, you don't have to worry about how low you're going to go into the valleys because at some point he's going to lift the valley up. So again, you're just going to walk straight. You're not going to have to worry about the trek. But you have to be committed to going back and forth even when it's uncomfortable and you don't want to do it. You have to commit to the sowing. You have to commit to the work of the harvest. Because to reap, you actually have to both plant, you have to both water, you have to prune, you have to till the ground first. I mean, there's so much more to it than the sowing. You have to commit to the work of the plan. And when you do that, then you reap with joy. Then you reap with joy. Because you have a fuller understanding of what it is that God has done for you, where he is taking you, and what he has provided in the season of desolation. They who sow in tears shall reap with joyful singing, and he who goes back and forth weeping, carrying his bag of seed for planting, will indeed come again with a shout of joy, bringing his sheaves with him. Bringing his sheaves with him. Sorry, I dropped my phone. Bringing his sheaves with him. Y'all, I want to point something out to you. And you may not have caught this. But he who goes back and forth carrying his bag of seed for planting shall again return with joy with his sheaves. He's going to return with the harvest. He's not going to return for the harvest. He's going to return with it. The sheaves, that's your grain. It's your stalks of grain. You're returning with the harvest. Because you have tapped in to the plan and you have worked the plan, you will have realized that provision was always yours. You just had to walk in the manifestation. And because you commit, you'll come back to the place of your desolation and of your pain with your joy, with your harvest. Okay, so kids are coming. Gotta go. Gotta run. But I hope that you hold on to Psalms 126, verse 5 and 6 this week, and you use it for where God is taking you. Don't worry about the crying. Don't worry about the hurt. He sees it, he hears it, and he's sitting with you in it. Get ready for the harvest that's already there to manifest. I hope that you have a wonderful week. I hope you have some really, really good coffee. And I hope you make it a great day. All right. Bye, pretty.